What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and today I am going to be talking about that lovely ray of sunshine, that just beacon of hope and charisma and, chivalry that is Brie Larson. I can't. We're going to be talking about Brie Larson. We're going to be talking about all of that BS that went down with her interviews between her and, Chris Hemsworth and then Don. All of that dynamic, we're going to be talking about that. I have clips cut up to put into this video. So let's get right out the bat started with this intro.
Brie, what was it like joining this group, this universe?
I love that. Just go to the next one.
Ugh. Yeah. That's how we feel about you too, Brie Larson. I would like to say that she gets better as the interview progresses, but she doesn't. It gets worse. Let's watch.
Our way, but it was a good group of people to figure it out with, right, guys?
Yeah.
Isn't it fun being there for all my extra takes?
Trained you up with the apprenticeship.
I don't feel like I actually learned any.
I like how she jokes with them, and then the second Chris tries to make a joke like, oh yeah, you're the apprenticeship, because you're the new kid, you're basically like, a freshman coming into high school, they're the cool seniors that you're hanging out with, and they're like, yeah, we took you under our wing, and she's like, I didn't really learn anything. It's like, oh my God. So you're allowed to do banter at them, but they're not allowed to do it back. She's 100% one of those people that can dish it, she just can't take it.
Yeah, it's great because he just gets injured and I don't. He does all the hard stuff and makes me look cool, but now I've told you, it doesn't make me look cool, does it? Because you know that I don't actually do it.
So you don't do...
Oh, sweet Jesus, woman. Oh my God, again, you can dish it, you just can't take it. You can give him shit for not doing his own stunts because he's a professional actor. He does a lot of movies. If he gets injured in one movie, that puts the next movie he works on at risk, because what's going to happen if he breaks his neck doing a stunt as a superhero when there's actually people that this is their job, this is what they do for a living? Let the stunt people do their job for a living. I'm pretty sure he's got more intense stunts than you, Brie Larson. All you do is CG flying through space, and you don't have to work for any of your abilities. You just get them because you were infected with blood, or you got a blood transfusion, you got superpowers, you're standing next to a tesseract, whereas Thor was born with this. He's a god. He fights in every single movie he's in. So yeah, it's understandable that he is going to have a different person do the stunts for him.
I do all my stunts.
I did my stunts because I thought that's what everyone did. And then
Tom Cruise over here?
No, I'll be the first me, not the next Tom Cruise. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Alright, this is the part that went viral. Girl, I'm gonna lay you down with some truth. He was just bringing up Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise is famous for doing his own stunts. That's part of Tom Cruise's persona. He's in a lot of movies. He's a good actor. Got Scientology weirdo-ness. Gets a lot of divorces. Doesn't pay attention to his kids. But he does his own stunts. He's actually good at his job, which is why I think a lot of people make excuses for the craziness that is Tom Cruise. He's not saying like, oh, you want to be the next Tom Cruise. No, he's comparing you to another human being that is famous for doing their own stunts. So when you're saying, oh, I thought we did our own stunts, that's why I was doing all of them. So he's like, oh, so you like Tom Cruise? Just comparing you to an actor, an iconic actor. If anything, he's elevating you by putting you on the same level as Tom freaking Cruise, which you're not. I mean, you guys are both crazy in your own crazy ways, but at least Tom Cruise is a good actor. I mean, you can be okay when you're by yourself. When you're in a room with a kid and there's no other actors around you, you're pretty decent. But come on, Brie Larson. Don't go and slam on Chris Hemsworth when all he's doing is trying to, have friendly banter with you. And you want to go, no, I'm going to be the first me. Thank you very much. It's like, oh my God, this isn't high school. This isn't. I know you didn't go to high school, Brie. I know you didn't because you were homeschooled. But this is exactly what high school's like. You are, 30 years old now? Grow up. Grow up. You are acting like the girls in Mean Girls. I feel like you are reliving. You're not reliving. You are now going through the high school experience that all of us went through back when we were, 16 and 17. Grow up, Brie Larson.
I mean, he does his own stunts, No, I do. We all do stunts.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that are like, you might die. So I'm like, you can do that one.
Yeah.
So you just send them
Very
out.
generous.
See, she realized she was having a hissy fit and she had to reel herself back in. So she's like, and both of the guys, they put her with the two nicest guys in the cast. They both have kids, so they're used to dealing with children that throw hissy fits. And they're both like, come on. Like, Don's like, and he's like, yeah, we all do stunts. Chris is like, come on, we all do stunts. Some of us, we just don't want to die. Like, stop overreacting. Stop throwing a hissy fit, you child. But they do it in the nicest way. Could you imagine if she was sitting next to Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson? They would not put up with this.
In many ways, this is an ending for others, for some, and it's a beginning for others. Like Brie, this, hey, you're the new kid. This is a start. But for others, clearly this is the end game.
Yeah.
Clearly.
How is that?
Oh my God. They couldn't have casted a worse human. Like, she's supposed to be what little girls are supposed to look up to, what children are supposed to look up to. All she's doing is being the most passive-aggressive human on the face of the planet. She throws shade at them. They think, okay, we're going to be, when you're on that level of friendship where you can, talk smack to each other and it's funny, it's just playful banter. And, she does it to them, so they do it back. And then she's like, I'm so offended. And, I want to be the first me. And then, he's just like, well, let me take control because, I'm the interviewer. Let me ask you some questions. So, in game, rumored. Some people are not. It's the end. Technically, not all the cast is returning. So it's going to be the end. It's rumored Captain Marvel, you're going to be the beginning of Phase 4. So it's it's the end for some. It's the beginning of others. Clearly, it's like Jesus. It's literally the real life embodiment of Mean Girls. Like, God, woman, you are 30 years old. You just did a movie about a freaking unicorn, and now you're coming in to be a superhero, and you're just gonna be, like, you're not a superhero, you're a super villain. You are the most narcissistic human I have ever seen. And that's a lot coming from people in Hollywood. There are some very humble people that are just happy, that are so grateful to be in the roles that they are in. And coming back from Star Wars Celebration, when I watched the Mandalorian panel and you listen to Gemma talk about how included she was, how that's a woman that does her actual own stunts, and you just look at the way the directors, Jon Favreau talked about how he would come on set, he's like, what the heck is she doing? She's been doing her stunts all day long, and she is so humble, and she is so happy to be there. She is so grateful to be part of the Star Wars family. And you could see that in all of her interviews. She's just such like an actual beaming ray of sunshine. And then Brie Larson's just like, yeah, clearly. Ugh. God. Could this woman get any worse? And I already know the answer. She definitely is.
Like I said, there's been a sort of a passing of the torch, and Brie just has to not screw it up.
Is there any competition between the different sects, the different groups?
There's no competition for me because I'm the strongest, so it's just kind of like a different...
Well, yeah, you should let her think that, but yeah.
It's not. As I've said before, it's not. It's just a fact. It's not a personal opinion.
No,
and it's not a reflection on what you can't do, but it is also kind of a reflection on all that you can't do.
It's just that...
Oh my God. Oh, sweet Jesus. This woman. Okay. He's a freaking god. You got a freaking blood transfusion and you stood next to a tesseract. You've been a god for what, like 30 years? Or not, you haven't been a god. You have been Captain Marvel. You've been Carol. You had 6 years worth of memory, then you were gone for the past like 25 years, right? So like 30 years. A little over 30 years. You have been Captain Marvel. Thor has been a god for thousands of years. He has fought in countless battles. He has watched the universe literally change before him. And you are going to compare yourself to Thor. And you know what? You could have all the powers in the world. You could. But guess what? That doesn't mean you know how to use them. Thor has so much more experience than you can ever hope to gain, Carol. You can even look at people like Captain America, who don't have, the God of Thunder's powers. He is still the leader of the Avengers because he has been through war. He knows how to team up people so that way the strategies will work the best to take down the villain. You have people like Tony Stark, who doesn't have any superpowers, and he is one of the main teammates of the Avengers because of what's in his head. He is intelligent. You can even look out of the MCU and you can look at Batman. Batman is one of the most iconic superheroes of all times, and guess what? He doesn't have any superpowers, and he can take down all these characters that have all these phenomenally powerful abilities, and guess what? He is smarter than them, and he uses the strongest power that anyone is given, and that is the power of knowledge, and he uses that to his advantage. And that is why Batman is one of the most iconic characters of all time, because he is intelligent. You have shown throughout this entire interview, if not in your own freaking film, that you do not have the power of knowledge, Brie Larson.
Jess, you're just not that strong. But she's really smart, and but should we have a fight?
And she can eat bacon.
I feel like we're fighting
business.
right now. I think it's been an all-day thing.
Covering.
Yes, it has been an all-day thing because you have made it an all-day thing. Again, when you're on a certain level of friendship, you can poke fun at each other. You've been poking at them, and when they poke back, you can't take it, and you have a hissy fit. You throw a tantrum like a child. They said this about people when we complained about The Last Jedi and all the plot holes. They called us, man babies that live in our mom's basement. And, girl, look at you. You are a 30-year-old baby. That's all you are. You're a spoiled, rotten brat that can dish it, but you can't take it. That's all you have proven in this interview, Brie Larson. You are one of the most unlikable people I have ever had to suffer through on the screen. And it's funny because you're not even playing a character. This is just you, and that's sad. It would be one thing if you were like Joffrey in Game of Thrones, where it's like, oh my god, you just hate him, but then the actor that plays him is like one of the nicest kids ever, and it sucks because he left acting because he's like, oh my god, everyone hates me. I'm so tormented by this character that I played. I can't even do it anymore. But that's just you. You wake up every day and you're this person. How incredibly sad of an existence you must lead. I feel, I want to say I feel sorry for you, but in reality, I'm just completely disgusted by you because you are trying to say that you are what us women need to look up to. You're going to be the hope for all of us. You're breaking the glass ceiling, but you're not. You're just making everything harder for us, and you're making it so much more harder for women to get taken seriously, and nobody's going to want to hire, you want to go make another, woman Captain Marvel film? Well, you're not going to want to because nobody's going to want to work with an actress like you because you're one of the most unlikable people, again, that I've ever witnessed on screen.
I felt nervous the day before it came out. I didn't feel nervous before, but then suddenly it was like, oh no, what did I do? And everyone was like, it's too late for you to be stressed out about this. It's kind of done already. But I think for me, what I'm proud of is that it's normalizing something that should have been normalized a long time ago. It's not a crazy concept to me that women can lead giant franchises and make money for corporations. It's fine, you know what I mean? It's we can do that too. Everybody can do it. And so I think to be able to break that ceiling in a way, and of course it's always done with the help of the fans and of the Marvel legacy that they've created, what these guys have done before I even showed up. So I'm just kind of continuing a story that was already there.
Exactly, Brie Larson. You were riding in on their success. If they would have started off Marvel with you, and you would have been introduced to the personality that you have now, nobody would stand behind you. But because of great men like these two, like Chris and Don, like all the other amazing characters in the Avengers, that is the only reason why you have a platform to stand on. And you were abusing it. You were taking something that people put years and years of their life into, that put all this heart and dedication into these characters, and you're just like, I'm coming in and I'm going to break these glass ceilings. And I don't understand why it hasn't been established before that it's this uncommon thing for women to be, the leaders of this franchise and to make money for franchises. Well, you want to go look at the franchise that you're in? You want to look at the company that you're in? Well, guess what? Walt Disney started off this company by making an animated movie. Oh yeah, guess what? The main character of that animated movie, guess what? It was a woman. Doesn't matter that she was a princess. It was Snow freaking White. He changed the world by making the first full-length animated feature film. And guess what? He's paved the road for all of this, this industry, the animation industry. It started with the Princess Brie Larson, and there is nothing wrong with that. You can go look at all of the great films. There are some phenomenal female characters in films. You can go look at any of the great films, and it doesn't matter that they're not technically superheroes. A superhero, in a way, is in the eye of the beholder. You can ask a lot of kids, guess what? They're going to say their mom or their dad is their hero, and that's not a bad thing, Brie Larson. You can go look at characters like Uhura in Star Trek. Guess what? She was in the 60s. During civil rights, she was a black woman on the, deck of the Enterprise. She was one of the main characters on a TV show. She was the first interracial kiss on television. Martin Luther King Jr. thanked her for her contribution to the civil rights movement, for being Uhura on Star Trek, a TV show that only had 3 seasons. You're not breaking some glass ceiling. That was broken years ago, Brie Larson. You're not doing us any favors. If anything, you are doing us a disservice. You are trying to represent us as a gender. Well, I don't want to be represented by you. I don't want to be represented by a spoiled, rotten brat. You want to say that you're doing this for us? You're doing this for women? Girl, you just made a movie, a failed movie about a freaking unicorn. You are a 30-year-old child, Brie Larson. You've been throwing tantrums this entire time. You can dish it, but you can't take it, Brie Larson. And you disgust me. And I don't ever want to be associated with you. I will never look up to someone like you. And I don't think any children are going to look up to you in the way that you want. You are not breaking the ceiling for any of us. You are not the first to lead a franchise. It has never been uncommon for a woman to be the face of a franchise. Look at freaking Alien. You can look at Terminator. Yeah, you got Arnold, but guess what? You got the counterpart, which is Sarah freaking Connor. You have characters like Lara Croft. You can look at Disney. You can look at any of the Disney princesses. Those movies make money. You can look at freaking Elsa. Do you know how much money Elsa made for Disney? A lot more than you did, Brie Larson. So you can shut your mouth right there. You are not doing us any favors. Again, you are just doing us a huge disservice. On a different note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I myself don't enjoy getting worked up, but that woman is just completely insufferable, and I don't have patience for people like that. So, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. But let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below. I tried a new type of video this time, so let me know what you guys think. And, I will see you later. So, until then, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye. Hey everyone, I finally got a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, that Star Wars girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.